This week is a big UFC card, and today what I have for you is the best and the worst bets that you can make. We are going to talk about it quickly and why I think these bets are very good or very bad. Before we get into the video, I do want to say hello everybody and welcome back to the video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's talk about UFC betting. So we have 5 or 6 fights that we're going to take a look at today, and I want to start off with Farid Basharat. I think this guy, I am so high on him, and he's fighting Damon Blackshear. Okay, he's a good fighter. He's an okay fighter, right? However, I think the odds are, they really justify what's going to happen in this fight. I am so high on this guy. Ferocious has looked incredible so far, and I really do believe that this is a good matchup for him, and I think he's going to do not just great things in this fight. I like his style, I like his attitude, I like everything about him. I think he's going to do very well in the entire UFC. So this is one bet that I will be placing, Farid Basharat to defeat Damon Blackshear, I think the odds, but the problem is, the odds, they aren't too favorable, you know what I mean? So if you want to add him on a parlay, I'm going to be betting on him regardless, but I think this is the first fight that you should be taking a look at as a good bet. Next up, we have Jessica Penne versus Tabatha Ricci. Now, I have one big problem with this, okay? Tabatha Ricci should win this fight, and it should be a very good bet. The only thing that's stopping me, and I almost didn't talk about it for this reason, is because it's women's MMA. Anything can happen in women's MMA. But Jessica Penne, she's on the decline. She's 40 years old. She hasn't looked good. She hasn't looked like the old Jessica Penne, and even the old Jessica Penne wasn't that great. The competition has caught up with her. Tabatha Ricci has looked good recently. She's young. It's 40 versus 28, I think that plays a big deal in Tabatha Ricci, baby shark here. She looks like that she is going to do well in the division. Not just do well, but Jessica Penne is not the fighter to really put a stop to her right now. I'm going to go with Tabatha Ricci. She should win this fight. When you look at this on paper, everything points to Tabatha Ricci. But it's women's MMA. That's the only thing that's stopping me. So that's why I'm not betting on this fight. But if you can ignore the fact that it's women's MMA and you want to just bet on this skill for skill, stylistically, like them going into a fight, Tabatha Ricci should win this 10 out of 10 times. Next bet that I will absolutely be placing is Garry versus Kenan. I think this is just a good matchup, and I think this is the UFC just putting another fighter in front of Garry for him to get a win. He's 10-0 so far. I feel like he'll be able to do what he wants, just pick him apart the whole time. I feel like he will be a step ahead everywhere, potentially even getting a finish. I think Garry will win a comfortable decision here. I like the matchup for him a lot. But the problem is, again, like I said, heavy favorite. 560. You're not getting much. You might want to put a parlay piece. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to bet on him again regardless because I really like the matchup for Garry. So that's a bet that you should be looking out for. Now let's talk about 3 horrible fights, starting off with the obvious Cody Garbrandt versus Trevin Jones. You might want to... Anything Cody Garbrandt's part of, okay, is not a good bet. Now, you might say, hey, you know what? Trevin Jones, he's going to knock out Cody no chin, right? Problem is, Trevin Jones isn't that great either. He's lost. Even, look at him, man. He's 13-9, hasn't looked good. He stands there for you to hit. Cody Garbrandt could circle around, hit him with an overhand right or an uppercut, something like that. The problem is, at 15 minutes, all Trevin Jones needs to do is touch Cody Garbrandt once. This fight is so unbelievably risky. If you want to play with your money, throw it away on this fight. Anything Cody Garbrandt is a part of is an absolute no for me. Now, here's one that I'm staying far away from too. Jalin versus Mateusz Gamrot. 2 fighters that are amazing in the lightweight division. If this fight was just announced and both of them had a training camp, because Gamrot did take this fight on short notice, I would absolutely be picking Gamrot to win, but the fact that he took this on short notice raises some questions. I don't like it, and on top of that, Jalin Turner looks like he's a real deal, and he's been on an absolute tear. Gamrot should win this fight, but this is certainly not one to bet on because there is an absolute upset that could happen. Jalin Turner is so good, and he's fighting someone who didn't have a training camp. I don't like that. I don't like that for Gamrot, but I would still pick him to win regardless. If you're talking about bets, this is not a good bet that you could place. And for the final fight I have for you not to bet on, it is Jon Jones versus Ciryl Gane. Now, people are saying Jon Jones, the greatest of all time, is returning. We've talked about this at great lengths on the channel. There are too many questions for me to choose Jon Jones. Is he going to look at it heavyweight? He hasn't. This isn't the Jon Jones of old. This is a Jon Jones that barely beat Thiago Santos and lost to Dominic Reyes. Hasn't looked good since the Daniel Cormier fight. Ciryl Gane looked amazing in his last fight. We don't know how Jon Jones is going to handle it heavyweight. Is he going to be slower? Is he going to be able to deal with the power? Is he going to be able to deal with Cyryl's speed? Is Jon Jones going to be slower and Ciryl being faster? We don't know how he's going to deal with the power. We don't know how he's going to deal with someone the same size as him, the same reach. There's too many question marks for me, and people are picking Jon Jones just because people think he's the greatest of all time. I think this is a fight to absolutely stay away from. This is the second last fight I would bet on. First of all, I would not bet on Cody Garbrandt fight. But then it's this. I'm staying far away from this. And plus, the odds are close. If you want to pick one, you can make some good money. But this one, I I don't know. The thing is, John Jones 35. This is a bet you should absolutely be staying away from. And I hope that was a pretty quick video for you guys. Those are the best and the worst bets that you could possibly make. There's some fights that you should stay away from. There's some fights that you should absolutely be getting involved with. I'm betting on Basharat, and I am betting on Ian Garry to win. I might do some more bets just for fun, but those are the ones that I'm absolutely like certain are going to win. But guys, that's going to do it. Let me know if you are going to be betting this weekend and what you think about what I said about the bets that you should not be making. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video. Take care.